So, boys, welcome all of you in my English class. And class 7, version English, subject English second paper, topic is right form of verbs. And this is Zakaria Alam, lecturer in English, Dhaka Residential Model College. Our today's topic is right form of verb, part 3. So learning outcomes of today's class, or after doing this class, you will be able to write the sentences using right form of verbs, fill the gaps with right form of verbs with clues, and correct mistakes, and rewrite the passage with right form of verbs. These are the learning outcomes of this class. Now we will go to learn some new rules of right form of verbs. So let's start. Rule 26. If or unless, then present indefinite tense, then future indefinite tense. So if you see in the sentence, after if or unless, the present indefinite tense, you have to use future indefinite after present indefinite tense. Okay, so there are two clauses here. You see, one is if he walk quickly, and another one is he may get the bus. So the first one will be present indefinite, as here you see, he may get the bus. Okay, it is in the present form and in the future form also. So if he walks quickly, he may get the bus. There is a possibility to get the bus. Write down it quickly, boys. Another example is, unless he works hard, he not shine in life. So unless he works hard, he will not shine in life. Here you see, after unless, there is present indefinite tense, and so we have to make it future indefinite tense. Okay, do you understand it, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Write down this example or rule quickly. Next, I will go to the next slide and for the next rule. Rule 27. If you see after if or unless past indefinite tense, you have to make the another clause in the past conditional. For example, if I had a typewriter, here you see the verb is in the past indefinite form. So the next clause we have to make into past conditional form. If I had a typewriter, I would type it myself. Okay. Rule 28. If you see after unless past perfect tense, then you have to make past conditional another clause. Okay, if I had seen him, I tell the matter. So here you see, I had seen him. This sentence is past perfect form. So we have to make it perfect conditional. Perfect conditional means would have or should have, could have, like this. And the verb, the principal verb will be past participle form. As the first clause is in the perfect tense, so we have to make it perfect conditional. So here you see, if I had seen him, I would have told the matter. I think it's clear to you. The two things, here you see two things. After past indefinite, you have to use past conditional, and after past perfect, you have to use perfect conditional. I think you have got it.
Sir, what is
Sir, what is the word conditional? Sir, what is conditional?
Sir, conditional.
Condition means one action is related to another action. That means if you do anything, then another action will happen. Okay. If you don't do, no action will be happened. Okay. Like if I say, if you read more, you will learn more. That means reading is related to learning. Okay, and learning is also related to reading. Do you get me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And only for reading you will learn something.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise it is not possible for you. Okay, so the condition is you have to read first, then you will get the outcome or the result. Okay. So now I will go to the next slide. Rule 29. Here you see, for unreal past, if you see unreal past in if clause, then you have to make the verb of the another clause in the past conditional or perfect conditional. And you know what is unreal past? I told you in the last class. Okay. Unreal means that is not real, that is not possible, and that was not possible also. Okay, in the past it was not possible. For example, if I were a bird, I fly in the sky. So here you may use past conditional or perfect conditional, both are right. Okay, because of unreal past. Unreal past, here you see, if I were a bird. Okay, if I were a bird, it is not possible, it was not possible for me to be a bird, and still it is not possible for me to be a bird. So that's why it is completely unreal thing. So we can use I would fly in the sky, or I would have flown in the sky after this unreal past. Okay, if I were a bird, and you know, when it becomes unreal past, we have to use were after any kind of subject. Okay, like you know, I always take was in the past form. Okay, but here you see I takes were. That's why it is unreal. If you use he, then it will take were. Okay, if you use any kind of subject, then the verb will be were. And when you see in the sentence after any subject the were is used, you will take it as an unreal past. Okay. So hope you have understood it. Is that clear to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear.
C.
Yes, sir.
C.
Sir, clear.
Okay. Now I will go to the next slide. Rule 30. If subject takes place after while, the next clause will be past continuous tense. But without subject after while, verb will be in ing form. That means verb plus ing. So let's see. Here you see while, then the subject. So the verb will be in the past continuous tense. While he was walking in the garden, a snake bit him. So, and another example is while walking. Here you see the subject is omitted here. So you have to take only verb plus ing. So while walking along the road, a plane flew over us. Do you get me, boys? When you will find subject after while, you have to use past continuous tense, and when you will find only verb after while, then you have to use verb plus ing. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
clear,
sir.
but we need
Yes,
some
sir.
time to write it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I need some
Okay,
time.
write
Sir,
it
I
down.
need some time to write.
Okay, write it down. I think it is very clear, and hope you will practice it at your home. The more you practice, the more you learn. The more you practice, the more you be perfect. So write it down. If you had any confusion or any question, you will question me after 30 minutes of this class. Hope you have done it. Now I will go to the next slide. Rule 31. You see, after having or to be or being, verb will be in the past participle. So the form of verb will be past participle. Here you see, he desires the notice to be hanged. So here you see to be before the verb. So we have to use the past participle form of this verb. So we can write, he desires the notice to be hung. Okay. hang, hung, hung. Another example, having eat rice, he went out. So here you see having. So we have to make the verb in the past participle form. So having eaten rice, he went out. Is it clear to you, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any question regarding this rule?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now be quick to write down this rule. We have to go to the next rule. Okay. Here you see rule 32. This verb make, hear, listen, feel, was, notice, see, behold, be, take, where infinitive. That means without to. The verb, the base form, you know, infinitive is to plus the base form of a verb. So here you see this verb will take only verb. That means without to, we have to use the verb. Okay, boys, write it down quickly. Okay, so let's see an example. I heard him to say this. So here the verb is heard. So we have to use bare infinitive. So we have to use only say. Okay, to will be omitted. Okay, so I heard him say this. Let's see another example. I saw him go. Sorry, I saw him to go. So we have to write I saw him go. Hope you have understood it. Is it clear to you, boys?
Sir, question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question me.
Sir, I did not understand these verbs take their infinitive. Sir,
Yes.
what does that mean?
Bare infinitive means bare means without. Okay. Bare means without, and to means, you know, infinitive is the to plus the base form or the present form of a verb. So when we see this verb in the sentence like make, hear, listen, feel, was, notice, see, behold, bid, we have to use without, we have to verb without to, okay, or we have to use infinitive without to. Do you get me,
Okay, sir.
boys?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Next slide. I will go to the next slide now. Number 33. Number 33. If in the sentence there is it is time, or it is high time, or I fancy, or would rather that, then the next clause will be in the past indefinite tense, okay, or the verb of the next clause will be past indefinite form. So let's see an example to make it clear. It is high time, farmers plant paddy. Here you see it is high time, then the clause is farmer plant paddy, okay. So you have to use it is high time farmers plant paddy. Now rule 34. The clause after list always takes modal verb should. So when you will use list, so next clause after list will take should. So now let's see an example. Here you see walk fast lest you miss the train. So before the principal verb you have to use should. So let's see. Walk fast lest you should miss the train. Okay. This rule is universal only for lest. You must have to use should, okay, before the verb. When you see lest is used as a conjunction, then you will must use should. Okay, boys, have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
অরিক যে
Sir, I
কে
have
করে
a
ক্লাস
question,
করছে
sir.
I
লামাও
have a question.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Leader
Sir, what is I fancy?
I
Sir, what
fancy
does
is
I
also
fancy
one
mean?
kind of unreal past, okay. I fancy shows about unreal past, or it indicates unreal past. I fancy, like I were, if I were, okay. I fancy, I dreamed. I fancy I could be a prime minister, but it was not possible for me, or okay. So we can use I fancy. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. One question.
Okay, go on.
Sir, if we write will in 34 number, will it be wrong?
Sorry?
But যদি 34 number শুডের জায়গায় will লিখি তাহলে কি ভুল হবে?
What will use instead of should?
Will.
Will. No,
Yes, sir.
will is not accepted here. I told you it is universal for lest. So you must have to use should after lest, okay. When lest is used as a conjunction, you must have to use should after the lest clause, okay.
স্যার মাইটও ইউজ করা যাবে না?
You may, but it is very little use. There is a little use of might. So it is better to use should. Okay, boys. Now I will go to the next slide. Rule 35. If in the sentence there is no other, no sooner had dot dot than, hardly had dot dot before, scarcely had dot dot when, the verb before than, when, and before will be past participle or verb V3, and the verb after than, when, before will be past simple or past indefinite tense or the second form of the verb. Let's see. No sooner had he see the police than he ran away. So we have to use seen. As you see, no sooner had, here you see had. After had, we have to use the past participle form of the verb, because in the past two action happened. So one action happened before another action. So no sooner had he seen the police than he ran away. So we have to use the past participle form for the first clause, and for the second clause we have to use past form or the second form of the verb, because first he had seen the police, this action happened first, then he ran away. Okay, so he ran away is the second action. So we are using seen, had seen for the first clause, and for the second clause we are using ran. Let's see another example. Hardly we had. The meaning is same, but the structure is different. Hardly had we reached the station before the train leave. Hardly had we reached, the past participle form of reach, the station before the train left, the past form of leave. I think it's clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Write
Yes,
down
sir.
it quickly because time is very limited. You will get 7 minutes more for this class. And you know this rule you have used in the affirmative to negative. When you transform it from affirmative to negative, you use this sentence. Okay, now I will go to the next slide. Rule 36. Here you see some verbs. After this verb you will use infinitive, that means to plus verb. So let's see an example. I want go to market. Here you see want is a verb and another verb is go. So we have to use to. Then he intended is a verb, buy is also another verb. So we have to use he intended to buy a car. You will memorize it. These verbs always take infinitive. So we are using to, then the base form of the verb. So you may take a screenshot for the next reading at your home. Hope you have done it. Now I will go to the next slide. Here you see in a simple sentence, after this verb another verb will be infinitive form or verb plus ing form. You may take both. Let's see. We began talk. So we can write we began to talk or we began talking. I started write or I started to write or I started writing. Both are right. These verbs always take two form of another verb. One is to plus the base form of verb, that means infinitive, and another form is verb plus ing is a gerund. So hope you have understood it. Is it clear to you, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you go back to rule 29, please? I could not write it because of
If I
my
get
bad
time, I will go. Okay. Now I will go to the next slide. If you see these verbs or prepositional phrase, so the next verb will be ing form. Okay. So let's see. The boy got used to. Here you see some prepositional phrase. Look forward to, with a view to, get used to, be used to, confess to, object to. If you see like this type of prepositional phrase, then you will use verb plus ing. So the boy got used to smoking. Next, he went to market with a view to. So here you see with a view to is also a prepositional phrase. So here using verb plus ing. So he went to market with a view to buying some books. Okay. So after any kind of preposition or a help, here, keep, remain, mind, or past, or prepositional phrase, you have to use verb plus ing. Is it clear, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, are
Yes.
there any more slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Probably there is no more slide today. This is the last slide.
38.
Okay.
Okay, boys. Now it's your homework. You will do it at your home. You may take a screenshot for your
Taken one.
betterment and practice at home. You will solve it, and very easy. The rules which I have given. Sorry to disturb her. I can get to the video. I don't know. I will send it to night. this video. So however, boys, this is all for today. So be good and be safe. So thank you very much. Thank you all for participating this class.
Thank you, sir.
So be safe and
Assalamu
be
alaikum, sir.
okay.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay. Stay home and stay safe. So